These secret cemeteries hiding pure evil will send a chill down your spine and might just give you nightmares. Watch this with the light on and thank me later. The unholy ground beneath Bachelor's Grove in Illinois, USA. Now a ghost horse dragging a phantom cart, a glowing orb that follows visitors, and a woman in white who vanishes into the headstones. This isn't fiction, it's all been caught on camera and documented for decades. Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, hidden in the woods near Cook County, Illinois, has been called one of the most haunted places in America. But what most people don't know is that behind its vandalized headstones and forested overgrowth is a secret. It's allegedly the dumping ground for mob victims from Chicago in the 1920s. Paranormal researchers, including the Ghost Research Society, has captured glowing anomalies, EVP voices, and even a photo of a full-body apparition sitting on a broken tombstone, an image that has never been debunked. Countless visitors have also reported seeing the White Lady, who is said to wander the grounds with an infant. Other reported sightings include phantom figures in 1920s and 1930s clothing and a vanishing farmhouse. The cemetery has been subjected to vandalism and, basically just a lot of damage over the years, which is believed to have disturbed the spirits of those buried there. A tragic story of a farmer and his horse drowning in the lagoon is another popular legend associated with the cemetery. Rumors of devil worship and satanic rituals also contributed to the cemetery's dark reputation. Now, despite its haunted reputation, Bachelor's Grove Cemetery is part of a forest preserve and can be visited during daylight hours. Visitors are encouraged, though, to be respectful of the grounds, of course. The cemetery that makes people sick. Stull Cemetery in Kansas, USA. Locals warn not to visit at night. Those who do often leave with nosebleeds, hallucinations, and a lot of nausea. Stull Cemetery is so feared that even Pope John Paul II reportedly ordered his plane not to fly over it. According to legend, one of the 7 gateways to hell actually lies here, directly beneath a now collapsed church structure. Now, Satan is said to appear here twice a year on Halloween and the spring equinox. Now, whether it's urban legend or something darker, multiple paranormal teams have documented unexplained, EMF spikes, shadowy figures, and electronic malfunctions. One team even caught their crucifix melting on camera. Now, since the 1970s, the town has become infamous due to a, legend that claims the nearby Stull Cemetery is possessed by these demonic forces. Now, this legend has become a facet of American popular culture and has been referenced in numerous forms of media. Now, despite the legends, Stull Cemetery is on private property and is not actually open to the public. Trespassing is illegal and can result in fines or even arrests, so don't go. The Crypt that breathes. Now, this is Greyfriars Kirkyard in Edinburgh, Scotland. Now, he grabbed my neck and threw me to the ground, but no one was there. That's what one person claimed. Visitors to Greyfriars Kirkyard report feelings of coldness, pressure, or being touched, also being scratched, bruised, and even bitten by something invisible. Now, the source? The infamous Mackenzie poltergeist that allegedly haunts the Black Mausoleum. Now, it's said that in the 1990s, a homeless man broke into the sealed crypt and unleashed something ancient and malevolent. Now, since then, over 500 physical attacks have been documented by tour groups and also local historians. The city even locked parts of the cemetery because people were getting too hurt there. Some say the violent energy belongs to George Mackenzie himself, a judge responsible for hundreds of brutal executions. Now, Sir George Mackenzie, also known as Bloody Mackenzie, was a lawyer and politician in the 17th century. He earned his nickname due to his role in persecuting, Covenanters, a group of Scottish kind of people. Now, his tomb, designed by James Smith, is actually located in Greyfriars Kirkyard if you want to check it out. The burial site that makes time stop, Highgate Cemetery, which is located in London, UK. Someone once said, "We heard footsteps, a voice said our names, but no one else was there. Then our watches stopped at the same time." Now, Highgate Cemetery isn't just known for its Gothic, architecture and famous residents. It's actually home to one of the most chilling legends in modern paranormal lore, the Highgate vampire. Now, in the 1970s, terrified locals reported a tall, dark figure with glowing red eyes lurking around the tombs. Multiple animal corpses were found drained as well. Now, the legend led to the rise of vampire hunters who would patrol the cemetery at night, some even claiming to be magicians engaged in a magic duel to banish the vampire. Even today, people report time anomalies, seeing apparitions, and sudden drops in temperature. Now, while the vampire legend is largely considered considered folklore. There were real events that contributed to the cemetery's spooky reputation. In the 1970s, reports of strange occurrences, vandalism, and even a headless body found outside the cemetery was reported. The graveyard is so infamous that the gates are locked at night and tours are heavily restricted. The Forgotten Children's Cemetery, El Paso's Concordia Cemetery in Texas. Now, children's laughter, tiny footsteps, handprints on car windows. In the far edge of El Paso, Concordia Cemetery, established in 1856, holds over 60,000 graves, many of them belonging to children lost to disease and violence in the 1800s. Concordia Cemetery is actually known to be the most haunted cemetery in all of Texas, and for good reason. Visitors have reported toys being thrown, swings moving on their own, and disembodied voices asking for their mother. Paranormal teams often refuse to return after just one visit. Some believe a very dark entity guards this section of the cemetery, feeding on grief. Now, others claim there's something worse. Multiple rituals markings were found on, tombstones in the recent years. Now, the area is infamously known to be a hotspot for the paranormal, and it is said to be visited by sinister Satanists who practice their evil works, mainly because of the cemetery's ties to Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker. The mass grave with screams at night. This is Lenora Cemetery in Chile. Now, locals refuse to go near it, not even during the day. Lenora is a ghost town in the desert, with a cemetery so cursed that crosses are constantly knocked down despite being fixed repeatedly. This cemetery is filled with unmarked graves for miners, many of whom actually passed due to brutal working conditions. Visitors have reported hearing screams from under the ground, even though no one is buried there in decades. Some graves are found completely open, and coffins have been seen on the surface with no one even daring to rebury them. The Cannibal Cemetery, which is the old Jewish cemetery in Prague in the Czech Republic. Now, over 12 layers of bodies, bones so tightly packed they shift during storms. This cemetery dates back to the 15th century and holds tens of thousands of people, but only about 12,000 headstones. The reason? They were buried on top of each other, layered again and again due to a lack of space. Locals say storms awaken something deep below. Now, this urban legend speaks of people disappearing near the cemetery wall at night. One urban explorer said he saw a figure crawling across the tombstones on all fours with a face stretched too long to be human. The Crypt of Curses. This is the catacombs, Palermo in Italy. Now, one child opened her eyes on camera, allegedly. Deep below Palermo is a labyrinth of preserved corpses, real mummified bodies hanging on the walls. Among them is a little girl named Rosalia Lombardo, called the world's most beautiful mummy. But here's where it gets disturbing. Her eyes have been filmed opening. Experts tried to explain it as, light refraction, but the footage, captured multiple times, shows movement impossible to fake. Some visitors claim to hear the rustle of fabric when no one is near. Others faint immediately after entering. These cemeteries honestly might look forgotten, decaying, or just overgrown, but some of them are hiding much more than bones. From ancient curses to modern day poltergeists, they've become dark gateways between the living and the passed on. So if you're ever tempted to sneak into a cemetery at night, remember, some doors are better left closed. Thanks for watching. I'm your host Ashley. Until next time, stay scared. What if I told you that some churches meant to be safe havens are actually hiding something darker? Places so disturbing that locals refuse to go near them after dark. These aren't just haunted, they're believed to be literal gates to hell, and today I'm taking you inside. St. Mary's Church, located in Clophill, England, and better known as Satan's Ruins. In the sleepy village of Clophill lies a ruined church that has become infamous for ritualistic black masses and grave desecrations. Now, in 1963, vandals broke into St. Mary's Church, exhumed corpses from the graveyard, and arranged human remains in occult symbols. It shocked the nation, and believe it or not, that was just the beginning. Since then, paranormal investigators have documented seeing glowing orbs, shadow figures moving among the tombstones, and cold winds sweeping through on calm nights. One psychic claimed the site radiates pure malevolence. Local legend says a secret underground chamber beneath the altars where initiations into satanic cults took place, and some claim it's actually still used today. The kicker? Phone and camera batteries reportedly drain instantly when you try to record there at night, so if you visit, be sure to pack a portable charger with you.